We're back at ringside in the field house at the United States Military Academy. Howard Cosell along with Muhammad Ali. We have just seen Jesse Valdez win the Olympic boxing trial final against Ed Gregory. Now Timmy Dement in green from Bossier City, Louisiana, who 2 weeks ago gave a boxing lesson to Bobby Lee Hunter, whose story has been so highly publicized around the country, around the world, in fact. The youngster at the Manning Correctional Institute in Columbia, South Carolina. In the meantime, with Bobby Lee Hunter now out of things, the opponent for Dement is Jesse Trujillo. Trujillo was selected as the challenger when Bobby Lee Hunter declined to accept that role. So the bell for round one. Bob Serkin again the referee. Now watch the way Muhammad Timmy Dement sticks and moves.
Well, he's limber, he's not muscly, and this makes him a good boxer because he's flexible and fast.
So it'd be interesting to watch this bout, Muhammad, because when Timmy beat Bobby Lee Hunter, he had the reach on Bobby Lee. He was punching downward, which he did effectively. Here, he's fighting another angular one, his size, and Jesse Trujillo from Denver, Colorado, the Denver Boxing Club. And it remains to be seen if he'll be as effective without the reach advantage he had against Hunter.
Well, this is the advantage of Dement, is because he can change his style for certain opponents. When you fight just one way, that's bad. This is why Joe Frazier's a bad fighter, in my opinion. He fights only one way. Excuse me, Joe.
Timmy Dement in green, and in the red trunks, Jesse Trujillo, selected as the challenger after Bobby Lee Hunter declined the role. Timmy Dement, suddenly a famous name in the United States because of that defeat of Bobby Lee Hunter. And don't forget, coming up right after Wide World of Sports, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Except for those of you on the West Coast, third round coverage of the PGA Golf Championship from Oakland Hills Country Club in Birmingham, Michigan. That's next here on ABC.
One thing we can say about Timmy Dement, he's established the ability of taking a punch.
He's giving him a standing 8 count off that quick combination, as you were talking, Muhammad, a left and a right that Trujillo took in the face. When a fighter is groggy in the Olympic Games and boxing competition, they will call a standing 8 count. Very, very often. Give the fighter a respite. Ultimately, if the referee stops the contest, that's what it's called. Not a TKO, but RSC. Referee stops contest. Remember, this is round one. Blood coming from Trujillo's nose. You notice, Muhammad?
Right.
And getting that left in good is Timmy Dement.
He's got a good left jab. He's always throwing his left hand out. That's good. Good combination there.
We approach the end of round one, Muhammad. Back in a moment.
This is where good drivers become great drivers. The Bondurant School of High Performance Driving in Ontario, California. They teach professionals how to handle a car in an emergency. And this course is rough on tires. So we brought our long mileage tire here to prove how tough it is. Sears Silent Guard Dynaglass. Braced with 2 fiberglass belts and 4 tough body plies to stand up to just about any driving situation. Defensive maneuvers. Wet skid. Even high-speed pursuit. Sears Silent Guard Dynaglass. We've driven them over 40,000 highway miles. The mileage you get depends on how you drive. But if they're tough enough to survive this course, they're tough enough for you. Dynaglass tires. Only at Sears.
The bell for round two. Flyweight classification. 112-pound weight limitation. Timmy Dement, green, against Jesse Trujillo in the red trunks. Bobby Lewis in Trujillo's corner, telling him between the rounds, You've been moving only to your left. I want you to start moving to your right. Why? Why tell him that, Muhammad?
Well, I think Dement has more power when his opponent's circling to the left, so he won't offset him and off-balance him. But I would like to say one thing. Sometimes it helps when they tell you what to do, but these fighters know what they're doing, and they know the basic rules, and the trainers have to say something, and they feel good advising them. But very seldom do a fighter go out and take his advice, because it's easy for a trainer to see the mistakes, but it's hard when you're really in there.
Now, wait just a moment here, Muhammad. Oh, referee took a look at that bloody nose. And for a moment, I thought there might be another standing 8-count. Timmy Dement is clearly in command in this fight. Wouldn't you say, Muhammad?
Right, I would say he's winning, but a lot of these fights, I'd hate to be the judge, because it's kind of hard to really pick a winner. But we can
you
see
just saw those combinations.
Yeah, he just hit him with
Landon.
3 or 4 solid lefts and rights, which were good punches.
Good uppercut, too.
But Dement, I would like to say, has got a great possibility. He's awful young to go on to be a world champion as a professional. I can see that now. He's got the ability to be a top-notch professional. It's just too bad he's not a heavyweight.
He's regarded by Bobby Lewis as a distinct gold medal possibility in Munich, West Germany, if he wins here today. In fact, Bobby thinks this is the best boxing team the United States has ever had. His goal, well, referee Bob Serkin has stopped it again. He's allowing the fight to continue. Trujillo bleeding profusely from the nose. That, of course, gets into the mouth, and yet Trujillo scored a good left there. Bobby Lewis thinks he has a chance at breaking the American record of 5 gold medals at Helsinki, Finland in '52. Notice, of course, both boxers wearing headgear here. Another examination by Bob Serkin, and again an election to let the fight continue.
Dement's opponent, I think he's losing, but he's still fighting. He's making Dement work also. I think Dement's opponent is stronger, but he's just not as skillful. Dement's building up more points.
The blood that appears on Dement's face is not his own blood.
I think it is. I think his nose is bleeding too, but it's light. Unless both of the noses met head on.
We approach the end of round 2. Back in a moment.
Tahiti. Your first shore leave in 3 months. But you're seeing more than most guys do in a lifetime. Life's a one-time thing, and you can live it with gusto wherever you go. They even have Schlitz in Tahiti. You're one taste closer to home. When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer.
Hey, sport, you know Command Dry and Natural Hair Control was made for guys like you. If you're throwing the discus, your hair stays perfect. Even jumping the hurdles, there's still no muss. You see, if you've got longer hair and a long, active day ahead of you, well, you've just got to get Dry and Natural. And no matter what your specialty, Dry and Natural Antiperspirant will keep you dry. Command Dry and Natural, long-lasting control for you active guys.
We're back at the United States Military Academy Fieldhouse in West Point, New York. Round 3, flyweight fight, 112-pound weight classification. Timmy Dement, suddenly a well-known fighter in the United States of America ever since he beat Bobby Lee Hunter 2 weeks ago. Bobby Lee Hunter, by the way, wrote a letter addressed to the people of South Carolina in which he sought to explain why he declined to play the role of challenger, saying that he did not win when Timmy beat him. He had wanted to fight his way in. Indeed, he felt he was fighting not just for himself, but for everybody, that the pressures upon him were simply tremendous, and that those pressures would only have increased had he gone on to the Olympic Games or been fortunate enough to have had. And the same thing that happened to him against Dement, he said, would certainly have happened to him in Munich. So,
Dement just got hit with a good right hand.
he did indeed, and by the way,
But he can take a punch.
you'll notice, however, Trujillo has removed his headgear this round.
Right, because I think it kept covering his eyes and it got him hit a couple of times, but now he can see better. And like this is such a great thing in a boy's life, and each round is valuable. So just that little thing can run his whole future in boxing if he hurts it.
Trujillo came on there. Trujillo is coming on in this round. He is still bleeding profusely. You see, Dement's nose was not bleeding. Trujillo wipes the blood with his gloves. And then if he lands on Dement, the blood is, in a sense, transplanted.
Both of these fighters, when the fight first started, I have to admit, look like skinny string beans. I figured that maybe, who are they? But both of them are real good fighters.
We have about a minute left to go in the fight, and there it was, the sudden left by Dement, and down went Trujillo. Remember again, though the knockdowns are so exciting, it counts no more than a jab in the scoring, but now, referee stops contest. Dement will represent the United States in the flyweight classification at Munich, West Germany. And that, a very attractive young lady, happens to be Timmy Dement's sister. Now, hopefully, we can get another look at that knockdown blow in slow motion, Muhammad. There it is. Watch it coming up. Left and then the right.
Solid right hand.
Yep, in combination.
Perfect 1-2 punch.
What a kid that Timmy Dement has become in the eyes of American boxing fans, and now the whole American public is just looking over here, smiling at us, and looking for a moment at Muhammad Ali, whom he'd like to emulate as a fighter. We'll return with more of ABC's Wide World of Sports after this message from our local station.
The rookies bring a fresh new look to law enforcement this fall on ABC.